Good morning. Good morning. How are you all? I need to adjust it because we're standing today and I think there's light behind us. So it's a little bit tricky. Hello, Wendy. I know, it's Tanya in the thumbnail. Isn't it pretty? I'm using Tanya. Tanya, at any stage, if you feel that you need to take another picture and send it to us, that would be lovely. Okay, so leg yoga.
Leg yoga today.
Which means I have to add, it also means a lot of stretching.
Like I also restarted.
Yeah. So we will be doing warriors and goddesses to get it going. And then we are going to go into a little bit of stretching. Yeah. Okay. Louis, can you pull my mat back, please? I want to see how I can just. Because we're standing and the sun is behind this thing, so I can't move it back.
Where?
At your very base, of course. Okay. Let's get going. Child's pose at the back of your mat. Oh, look at Growl, he had a bath. He looks so pretty. He's like a fluff ball. He hates water, so I don't really punish him that often. But he's all smooth and clean. I love it. Okay, child's pose at the back of your mat. Look at you. You're even shedding. Okay, I've got the wrong pants and it's going to keep running down. Stretch it out. And then onto your hands and knees. Push into a cat stretch and reverse into a cow. Just open up your chest, hold that cow, and then back into a cat stretch. Try and move your spine, all of it. Tuck that tailbone in, lift up your back, and reverse into a cow. And then when you're in cow, just move a little bit from side to side. You will feel the stretch. And then go back into cat. And then just rock forwards and back, holding that cat back, shoulders back and down. And back to child's pose. Okay, from child's pose, just slide like your left arm through your right and thread the needle, but keep your bum down. Just stretch out your shoulder. Good morning. And then release that. And the other one. Stretch out that shoulder. How's your neck bites, Louis?
It's better.
Louis been eaten by nits. And back to child's pose. Rock onto your hands and knees, push into a cat stretch, tuck your toes under, downward dog, stretch it out, take your time. Oh. This is always my worst pose. Rock it forwards and back. Forwards and back. Get those heels down, walk it out. Drop both heels down if you okay, bubbles. If you haven't done that yet, push it back. Navel to spine, come in. And walk it out. To the middle of the mat. Bend your legs, fold over your legs. You can grab behind your knees. You can sway from side to side. And let go. Roll it up all the way to the top. I got stuck there for some reason. Okay. So we're going to go to the length of our mat facing forward. And we're going to go into chair pose first. So, bands, not yoga bands. Okay, feet forward, knees forward, hands into your hips. Just go into that chair pose and rock your knees forward. And then, as you can see, I tend to want to bob in a little bit. So do resist if your knees wants to do this. Rock it forwards, hands into your chest. Just hold that. And then start to drop your top body down, your torso down. Keep your knees and feet where it is. And then fold over your legs. Nice and slow. Keep your back straight. Straighten out your legs. Only to where you can. So don't straighten out too much. Only to where you can. Bend them in again, rock the knees forward, don't lift up the heels. Straighten out your back, so tabletop back. Hold that stretch. And sweep the floor, lift up into a chair pose, shoulders back and down. Knees and feet forward. And straighten out all the way to the top. Hands into your chest. Okay, so we're going to do a goddess to warrior to goddess to warrior for the leg bit, the power up leg bit. So take your legs nice and wide, bum tucked in, hands into your hips, and then start to go down into your goddess and take your time. So find your goddess knees following your toes, more or less. You can press them up with your hands. If you struggle, if they do tend to go in a little bit, do force them out, tuck your bum in, and go into your goddess. Find a deep goddess, hands into your chest, hold that, just let that happen.
Oops.
I know, I keep falling over. Now just kind of pulse your goddess. Pulse your goddess, tummy in, thumb in. Just pulse your goddess. You can rock from side to side. Shrug the shoulders back. And hold your goddess. Take a nice deep breath in just to kind of keep yourself busy. Shrug the shoulders back and down. Arms straight, elbows locked out. And bring the arms back again. Put it on your knees, press the knees out. And take a nice deep breath in again. Straighten out. And back into your goddess. So we're going to rock to the right side. Turn the left foot in a little bit. Bend that front knee. Turn that foot out. So you're going to go into a warrior two. So make it possible for yourself to go into a warrior two. If your hips looks like this, try and open it up. Keep that knee out, shoulders back and down, and hold. And then we're just going to pulse again. So you're going to pulse. Make sure that knee goes out. Pulse. Pulse. Back leg strong, bum tucked in. Pulse. On the last pulse, stay down. Make sure you're lengthened. Side angle pose. Go for that stretch. Arm over your head, behind your ear. Big stretch, tummy in. And then turn forward. Stretch it out as much as we can. Round out. And lift back up to the top. Lift back up to warrior two. Hold. Back leg strong. Shoulders back and down. You can straighten out, lift up the arms just a little bit. And fall back into that warrior two. Windmill the arms to the front of the mat. And then just turn that back foot in so that you can lift up into a high lunge. Just move yourself if you've meandered off the mat. Now push that back leg back again like yesterday first. And then bend the front knee and lift up into a high lunge. Hold. We're going to drop, go over the toes, run over the toes, drop that back knee only a little bit. And straighten it back out. Turn the right arm forward, left arm back, and put the back foot down into warrior two. Take a nice deep breath in, straighten out. Move both feet back into goddess. Straighten out the legs, hands into your chest. Shrug the shoulders back. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and into goddess we go. Again, you can adjust or hop or pulse. Anything to keep you busy. Shrug the shoulders back, hands into prayer. Okay, so we're doing our pulsing thing we usually do with our arms. So we're going to open up, drop, bring it in, lift it a little bit. Open up, drop, bring it in, lift a little bit. Open up, drop, bring it in, lift a little bit. Back to goddess, hands on your knees, press it out. Now put some weight on your knees and lean forward. We're going to drop one shoulder down into that stretch. And switch sides. You can press that knee out. Your hands. All the way back. Woo, to the top, straighten out. Find your balance. Or wait for me to find the balance. And then this time we're going to lean forward a little bit with a straight torso when we do the pulsing. So we're going to lean forward and straighten out. Really tuck in that bum as you come up. Lean forward, straighten out. You don't have to completely straighten the legs, just a little bit. Lean forward, straighten out. Squeeze that bum. Lean forward, straighten out. Squeeze that bum. And again. Bring it in. And again. Squeeze that bum out. Bring it in. 2 more times. Bring it in. Last time. Shoulders down. Bring it in. Relax. Straighten out the legs. So the same up and down. The same one we usually do, but this time you keep it straight. And we're doing 8 of them. So we're opening up the arms going down. Keep it straight, bum tucked in, lift it up. Keep it straight, lift it up. Straight. And lift, keep that bum tucked in. Straight. And lift. Such fun. And lift. I think we're at 6. I didn't count. Let's say 6, 7, and 8. Stay down. You can rock from side to side. Put your hands on your knees. Bounce it a little bit. And then straighten out. Okay, with the last time, we're going to go down into the squat and then turn the feet. So make sure that you're okay to do that. So we're going into the squat, turn the front foot out, turn the back foot in to go into warrior two. This is my sore foot, so I'm going to make it look different, so just ignore that. Hold. Tummy in. And we're just going to pulse again. So you're keeping your torso where it is. And we're pulsing the leg. Bring it back. Pulse. Knee tracking out. So if your knee wants to bob in, hold on to your knee. Hold on to your knee to make sure it doesn't go out. So you can pulse without having your hands in the air. and stay down. Side angle pose. Stretch it out. Big stretch, so you're really reaching for the opposite end of that room. And then we're turning forward, sweeping the floor, and coming back up into side angle pose, taking the arm over, really stretching for that end of the room. Come all the way down, we're doing it a little bit differently. Turn that back foot in. Go into a high lunge. No, we're doing it the same. So push that back heel back first before we do anything. Stretch it out. Bend the front leg and lift up into high lunge. Stretch it out. Hold. Tummy in. Back leg strong. We're going to roll over the toes, dropping the back knee in a little bit. Tucking the tailbone in. Taking it back to high lunge. Left arm forward, right arm back into that twist. And then put your back leg down and go into warrior two. Take a nice deep breath in and straighten out. Just step in your legs. Kick it out. I need to rest my ankle. Hello, Bobby. Kick it out. Okay. Feet hip distance apart again. And hands into your hips. I'm going to do it from the side so that you can see the angle. And knees going over your feet, heels staying down. Back in a chair position. Hold. And then start to dip your back. Keep your tummy in. So try not to arch and do this with your bum, sticking it out. Keep it relatively controlled. Go to the floor. Straighten out the legs. Only to where you can. Go for the stretch. Now rock it forwards and back on the feet. So that's the power up with the legs. We still need time to do the stretching. So we're going to roll up. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my voice. I think it's better now. Roll up and then go to the back of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Go for a nice little arch. Tuck your tailbone in. Open up the chest. Hold it. Shoulders back and down. Pivot forward. Tabletop. Swish your arms back. All the way into that tabletop. And bring your hands to your legs. Forward bend. Only to where you can. I'm really struggling with my forward bends at the moment. Walk it out to the front of the mat and push back to downward dog. Knees to the floor, child's pose. So one of the stuff we're going to do is internal rotation and prone, which is part of the stretching today. So to avoid frog and to work on the internal rotators. It's not really a stretch, it's more of a workout. So what you're going to do is we're going to lie down on our tummies with our hands wherever we want it, and we're going to bring one of our knees in 90 degrees to our hip. And you can do whatever you want with your upper body, just try not to turn too much. And all you're going to do is you're going to have a 90-90 angle, and you're just going to pick up that leg and put it down. And some people will be able to do this quite easily, and some people will struggle. So 90 degrees, and 90 degrees, and then you pick up. Without picking up the knee, you pick up the foot. Now try also to turn onto your hip bone, so don't lie too much to one side. So, which is very difficult for someone who doesn't have that hip flexibility. So just take your legs back. So if you've got it, just do it. Okay, now bring that leg in. So Louis struggles a bit keeping everything flat, but it doesn't matter. You can do it anyway. So lift up. There we go. So we're going to do 16. You should do 30 of these. Let's do 30 of these. I actually don't know. Let's say you've already done 10, 20, 11.
You try and get it as high as you can.
Yes. And you should have both the bones down, but for you, it's a little bit of a
Can't get
challenge.
it down.
So if you do it from this side, you'll see what I look like. So
Yeah, I can see.
flat.
I gotta get it down.
No, you can't. So Louis is an example of someone who's very stiff in his hips. So we will be stretching them. But just try and pick up that foot. It doesn't matter how high it goes. Just work on that rotation. So this is like that seated one we do, but a little bit easier, a little bit more effective, I think. Less issues on the hip. So this is like that seated turnout we do when we do that as part of legs. So the higher you can pick this up, the more flexible you are, or the stronger your internal rotators are, the more power you have, the more hip mobility you have. Okay, I think that's about 30. It doesn't sting, but it goes numb, if you know what I mean. So it should be going numb. And then take it back. Shake it out, lift up both legs, just take it from side to side. And then take your feet to the floor. Now we're doing the other side, 90 out, 90 out. Both hips down if you can. So you're still flat. It's almost like you go into a front split. You're still, imagine frog. You're still flat on the floor if you can. 90, 90. Do you have that, Louis? There you go. Okay, now go for 30. Lift it up. Take it down. You can count your own 30. You can do this anyway. You can do this in your, if you have lack of hip mobility, this is a good one to just get it going. So you can do this anyway because it's quite easy to do. You just have that 90-90 angle. And you just lift until it goes numb. It's as simple as that. I would say this one would do good after you've done a frog. If you have lack of mobility in those hips, if you don't have that flexibility and you're lifting like Louis, I would say do a frog first and then try it. I don't know where we are. I'm having a ball talking and not counting, but all I can say is I'm doing this side with you. I didn't do the other side with you and it's going numb. It's going numb. I'm waiting for the second lockdown. I've got a very severe diet to do, but I can't do it when I socialize. Is he counting? And I think, is that 30? Is that 30? And 30. Bring it back. Oh, I did do the one side with you. It stings. Pick up the legs and just kick it from side to side. How do you find that, Louis?
Yeah, I think I should do a lot more of that, shouldn't I? And goddesses.
That's a nice little activation to do. I've just given you one of the secrets. And back to the middle. Shrug the shoulders back and down and push back into a cobra. Oh, wow. Into a cobra. I bumped my, you know that bit on your elbow that's really sore? I bumped that yesterday. And it's so sensitive. And then back out to child's pose. And just let your back stretch a little bit after that little hip rotation. And onto your one. So because we are doing hips, we're going to do a wide-legged split. You can do single legs, or you can do it like so, where you bring in your feet and you drop your legs down and just stretch out your back and your inner thighs. Otherwise, you can take your legs wide, nice and wide. And then this time we're going to sit back, slouch. You're going to slouch back and roll forward, which is the easier one of the two. So slouch back, round out the back, and just roll forward for that initial stretch. And you should feel it. Mine is very stiff today, so I'm not really going places today with my wide-legged splits. Do you feel that, Louis?
Yeah. Where am I supposed to feel it?
Inside.
Yeah.
And Robert's counting really loud. And then come back up. Now straight leg, a straight back. The legs are straight. Straight back, roll over your seat bones and drop your whole torso down, which is a little bit more of a challenging stretch. Now, I would advise not to push this one, because if you let this one go peacefully, you can get down on the floor, but you have to wait and be patient with any stretch, really. But I find this one quicker than the rest. Just let it go. Keep that back straight. So you're rolling over your seat bones to your pubic bone. Pubic symphysis. Now just let that one go. Roll it back up to your seat bones, ischium tuberosity. Sit up nice and high. Just slide to one side and take your arm over for that stretch. Nice little back stretch. Keep it straight. Again, that arm is going to the opposite end of the room and really reaching for it. You don't want to go down onto the feet stretch because you're collapsing usually when you try and push that too far. So keep it high, keep it open, keep your chest open, looking forward, and just reach for the end of the room. Eventually, you will be able to go down and be straight. But if you just try and do this, you tend to collapse your chest. Lift that arm up, and very slowly you can push yourself up back to the top. Now slouch again, so round out that low back and then just fall forward as far as you can. And roll it back up. And again, you're now going to keep the torso straight and roll over to your pubic bone. So you're getting off your seat bones and you're rolling forward, flat torso, and only as far as you can go. It should be a little bit further, but don't force it if it's not. Keep that back and torso straight. Hello.
When are you done, Jacob?
Almost done. 2 minutes.
What?
2 minutes.
Okay.
He wakes up early. Lift it back up to the top. And then just sit up nice and straight. Slide down the other side of the leg. Take the arm over. And again, keep the chest open. Reach for the opposite end of the room. Don't collapse. Keep it straight. Shoulders back and down. Some of you don't have that shoulder ability. That's a shoulder mobility to get the arms over without lifting up the shoulder. So if you struggle with that, I think Louis is one. Hold onto your shoulder and just lift up your elbow. Then you don't have to have so much rotation in the shoulder, but you still get that straight chest feeling. So you can just hold it like this, or you can take it over. As long as you can push it back and down, you can hold it. But if you can't, just hold onto your shoulder. And that's the option always if you have issues with that shoulder mobility. Very slowly bring that arm down and lift it back up to the top. Sit back onto your seat bone, so slouch it, drop it forward. And lift it up. All the way to the top. One last time. If you can take your legs a little bit wider, you can. One last time. Sit up nice and straight. Roll over your seat bones to your pubic bones and try and get yourself down. Keeping your back straight, keeping your tummy tucked in. And roll it back up to the top. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And very slowly bring your leggies in. They don't like that. Cross your legs over. Sit up nice and high on your seat bones. You can do a lotus, Tanya, if you want, or a half lotus. Sit up nice and high. Shrug the shoulders back, hands on your knees. I can't do it today. Hands on your knees, back straight. So if you check from the side, you're very light on your spine. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to finish it now and enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your day after leg day, leg stretches. See you all tomorrow. And I have to attend to Robert, whose arm is sticking out there. You can come in. Okay. Okay. They're very shy. See you all tomorrow. Have a lovely day. I think I'm taking the boys fishing. Do you want to show them? Look what he did with his clay. He did some arts and crafts with his modeling clay. Okay, see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely day.